Hello everyone, welcome to Siboga TV. Today we are diving into political scenarios that are shaping up the politics of this nation, Kenya, in 2027 presidential election.
Mambo ya siasa ya kugawana, siasa ya chuki, siasa ya ukabila, siasa ya kutenga Wakenya wengine. Hiyo siasa tuweke kikomo, kwa sababu viongozi wale ambao hawaamini umoja wa Kenya, wale viongozi wa ubinafsi wanaoendeshwa na ufisadi, wale wa ukabila, wale ambao wako na chuki, wale wa migawanyiko hawatapata nafasi katika Kenya hii, na hatutawaruhusu wagawanye Kenya kwa misingi ya kikabila, because they have nothing to offer except for their selfish and mambo yao ambaye haiendi mahali popote.
Unajua huyu Kasongo anajua kutengeneza narrative ya uongo. Amekuwa akizunguka Kenya ati kusema Rigijini mkabila ati hawezi toka kwa mlima. Hapa ni mlima? Hapa ni Kiambu? Hapa ni Kirinyaga? Hapa ni Nyeri? Hapa ni Embu? Hapa ni Meru? Hapa ni wapi? Rigiji amefika hajafika? Ako na wafuasi, hana wafuasi? Wacha nione wafuasi wa Rigiji, wafuasi wa Rigiji. Wewe Kasongo wewe.
It is a big political gamble between President William Ruto and the impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Now Rigathi Gachagua is reading the opposition side, comprising Fred Okengo Matiang'i, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, and Martha Karua, with one call that President William Ruto must be a one-term president.
Ruto, wewe Kasongo, wewe muuaji, wewe mwizi, wewe Kasongo, harambee!
While President William Ruto on another side accusing the side of opposition of being tribal and have no agenda for the people of Kenya.
Nimewaambia wale watu wa ukabila, wa ufisadi, wale watu wa chuki, wale wa migawanyiko, wale wa mitego, wale wa mashares hawana nafasi ya kuhubiri chuki katika taifa letu la Kenya.
We are talking about accusation and counter-accusation. The big stake political fight for the votes of Mount Kenya and Kenya in general. What is the role of the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki on the other side of President William Ruto? This political gamble is a clear and it intensifies as days pass by. But let us first start by looking at the genesis of the high-octane politics between Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. At one time, as we all know, President Ruto was the darling of Mount Kenya, with Rigathi Gachagua his deputy.
To you, the Kenya Kwanza running mate candidate, my brother and friend, Rigathi Gachagua.
Wewe uliwacha kazi tulikupatia, ukaenda kucheza rege. Umekuja kutuletea mzee ya kuzimia.
They ran in a joint ticket under the United Democratic Party, UDA, with Ruto as the president and Rigathi Gachagua as his deputy. This joint ticket was key to the winning of 2022 presidential election, since Rigathi Gachagua rallied the votes of the rich Mount Kenya behind William Samoei Arap Ruto.
Wewe uliwacha kazi tulikupatia, ukaenda kucheza rege. Umekuja kutuletea mzee ya kuzimia.
The largest bloc in Kenya, but no sooner they had won election, they went south very fast, with President Ruto accusing Gachagua of undermining other political leaders. By October 2024, Rigathi Gachagua was impeached as Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya after a dramatic fallout with President William Ruto, with one side accusing Rigathi Gachagua of being disloyal to the president and engaging in hairy political campaigns by triggering tribal divisions.
Anybody preaching violence and prophesying violence and threatening war and violence is as dangerous as the bandits of the North Rift and as the terrorists of the Lamu Enclave in northern Kenya. Those who have made our people suffer and shed blood. So we will not allow. As government, we will go out of our way to make sure that the election and the people's choices for all seats, the election is peaceful, democratic, free and fair, because that is what the Constitution demands.
Rigathi, on the other side, fired back by calling Ruto deceitful by betraying Mount Kenya by not being truthful to fulfill 2022 promises to the people of the mountain. The message to the Kenyans is clear that this is just power struggle with massive implication let come 2027 presidential election. The impeachment of Rigathi has brought in ODM political party to work with UDA, and that is why Raila and Ruto had to sign a memorandum of understanding.
Sasa sisi tumesema hivi, mimi na Mheshimiwa Prime Minister Gwambo tumekubaliana, ndio ya kwamba mambo ya siasa ya kugawana, siasa ya chuki, siasa ya ukabila, siasa ya kutenga Wakenya wengine, hiyo siasa tuweke kikomo, kwa sababu viongozi wale ambao hawaamini umoja wa Kenya, wale viongozi wa ubinafsi wanaoendeshwa na ufisadi, wale wa ukabila, wale ambao wako na chuki, wale wa migawanyiko hawatapata nafasi katika Kenya hii, na hatutawaruhusu wagawanye Kenya kwa misingi ya kikabila, because they have nothing to offer except for their selfish and mambo yao ambayo haiendi mahali popote.
This is merely power struggle. Ruto wants to consolidate power and in and out of parliament to make Rigathi and opposition side powerless and hence stabilize his government. On another side, Rigathi Gachagua is emplacing Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka so that they can form a strong opposition with which makes William Ruto to be a one-term president. And now Rigathi Gachagua is calling the Kamba his cousins. Cousins.
Hi cousins. Hi cousins. Hi Makuzo. Hi cousins. Nisalimie makazini wengine kule. And the journey of cousins. The family of people who are like-minded, who are born together, who have the same tradition. The time for the cousins to come together is now.
This is aiming to consolidate Mount Kenya and Ukambani to be a one solid voting bloc. But will this partnership last because many political analysts feel that Rigathi is just using Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to enhance his influence in Mount Kenya. Rigathi also feels that he has the influence of the Gen Zs who want William Ruto out of presidency. The portal is clear. The youths are fed up with Ruto regime, but let us now see the struggle of Mount Kenya politics. Ruto got huge support from the mountain in 2022, but now it looks like the mountain is gone out of the reach of President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And Rigathi is now seen as the one with the huge influence in the mountain as the de facto leader. He is now rallying the entire Mount Kenya against President William Samoei Arap Ruto. Accusation and counter-accusation flying from one side of the political divide to the other side and turn back are wild.
Why we are even in this broad-based government is because we want the country to be stable. We want a stable country. So any leader should never pronounce matters of violence.
But Rigathi Gachagua is just reminding us that again is planning for violence. I want to tell Rigathi Gachagua, there is no space for you and your violence.
Shetani ashindwe, mkabila ashindwe. Ameanzisha chama ya kudivide community. Hiyo chama tunasema ishindwe.
Ruto side says that the side led by Rigathi Gachagua is just undermining national unity and will not stop Ruto's re-election.
Watu wanatutisha, wanafikiria they are now above the law. Wanafikiria hawatashikwa, wanafikiria hawatafungwa. I am going to tell you, under our watch, this country is not going to condone any.
Gachagua is also clear that Ruto has betrayed the mountain and he is running dishonest government, and has also claimed Ruto is behind abduction of youths and Raila is just a sellout. This is just clear that what is going on is just a war of narrative from both sides of the political divide. By painting another as a villain. Now, let us look into Kindiki, Ruto new political ally in Mount Kenya. The fight of reclaiming Mount Kenya back to the side of William Samoei Arap Ruto. In the wake of Gachagua's impeachment, Ruto made Kithure Kindiki his new ally who will encounter Rigathi Gachagua influence in Mount Kenya. And now Kindiki is spearheading youths and women empowerment forums. This aiming to reclaim the mountain and reconnect with Mount Kenya voters. One, Ruto will pump resources to the women and the youths. He is likely to win back the votes as we move to 2027 presidential election. And therefore, Kindiki is a strategic choice to encounter Rigathi influence.
Anybody preaching violence and prophesying violence and threatening war and violence is as dangerous as the bandits of the North Rift and as the terrorists of the Lamu Enclave and Northern Kenya. Those who have made our people suffer and shed blood. So we will not allow. As government, we will go out of our way to make sure that the election and the people's choices for all seats, the election is peaceful. democratic, free and fair, because that is what the Constitution demands.
Critics call this just paying votes by bribing them. Rigathi also is fighting back to say that Ruto is splitting Mount Kenya by using Kithure Kindiki. So, the big picture is Ruto is doing everything to hold for power, while the side of opposition is trying to tap on frustrated Kenyans to their side as we move to 2027 presidential election. So Ruto's strategy from having handshake with Raila and having Kithure Kindiki in Mount Kenya is a clear way of consolidating power. So everyone's move towards 2027 counts. Lastly, many political leaders say that Mount Kenya is going to inform on who is going to be the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Please, for more, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and like the video. Until next time, stay put.